9 coming up for the JOD 209 Wake Up Show. We'll probably do this as a video response as well. Okay. So the first game coming up is Miami at Indianapolis. So Sean, let's start with you.
I'm going to have to go with Miami on this.
Miami, huh? All right, Nicholas, you're up next.
I'm gonna go with the. I'm actually gonna go with the shocker, and I'm gonna go with the Colts because I think the Colts, they've been doing good at home of late, and I think Luck's actually building better and actually building up the potential winning team there.
I wouldn't say it to be a shocker, but Indianapolis is at home and they're 3-1 at home. But I'm also gonna go with the Colts at home as well. Buffalo Bills at the Houston Texans. Sean, you're up.
I'm going to have to go with the Texans.
All right, the Texans. I'm going to pick the Texans at home. And Nick, what about you?
Texans at home, of course. Texans at home. The Texans. I've been saying this on Facebook all week. The Houston Texans this year are this year's playoff team to beat. Man, they are the playoff team this year.
I think it's more like the Atlanta Falcons, but we'll debate that in a little bit. Yeah. But Baltimore Ravens at the new. Hold on.
Falcons and Texans. You can't.
Hold on. Baltimore at Cleveland. Nick, you're up.
I'm gonna go with Baltimore.
Okay. What about you, Sean?
I'm gonna go with Baltimore.
I'm also gonna go Baltimore on the road as well. The Denver Broncos at the Cincinnati Bengals.
Even without Ray Lewis, I still say that they're just too dangerous for the Browns.
This is the Bengals and the Broncos, dude.
Bengals Broncos. I was looking at the Ravens Browns. Bengals Broncos. I'm going with the Broncos.
Broncos on the road. What about you, Nick? Sean.
I have the scores up on my team.
Are they going to be in Cincinnati?
Yeah, they're going to be in Cincinnati.
You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do an upset. I'm going to go with Cincinnati.
All right, there's your upset. That's Sean's upset. I'm also going to go with Denver as well. Chicago at Tennessee. I picked Denver. Chicago and Tennessee. I picked Chicago to win that game. And what about you, Sean?
Which one?
Chicago at Tennessee.
I'm going to go with Chicago.
Chicago, huh? Interesting. It's a clean sweep for Chicago. And also we have Detroit on the road against Jacksonville. So let's start with you, Sean.
I'm actually going to give this one to Detroit. I think Detroit is a better club than the Jaguars are, and I think Detroit really needs this win.
You know what? I'm going with Detroit.
You're going to go with Detroit as well. Well, let me tell you guys something. This is Kyle Lodi's upset pick.
Uh-oh.
Jacksonville to beat Detroit. That's right.
Wow.
Jacksonville to beat Detroit. That will be my upset.
Wow.
That will be my upset. And if MJD comes...
You're player of the game in that situation.
if he comes back, then I think I see him getting a shot. So that's my upset pick. Arizona at Green Bay. So, Nick, let me start with you first there, big boy.
I'm going Arizona.
Over the Packers? Interesting. What about you?
Yeah, I just think Arizona, they're just like, this year they're just really outperforming. I just really think they're going to outperform the Packers, and I just think the Packers are with a 5-3 right now and 3-1 at home. I think they're going to get a little bit cocky again, and then the Cardinals are going to take advantage of that. So I say Cardinals for the win.
What about you, Sean?
I'm going to go with the Packers.
Yeah, who do the Arizona Cardinals has as quarterback? Who do they have?
No one.
Actually, it's John Skelton for one thing,
oh.
and then also no, Cobb's hurt, I believe. But overall, I think Green Bay is going to take it.
It still has him. I'm looking at the season leaders right now, and he's still a season leader. So.
Well, I think he's still hurt at this moment, but I say Green Bay. Green Bay at home. Green Bay at home by a blowout. How about Carolina at Washington? I'm going to say the Washington Redskins win this one, RG3.
I'm going to give that to RG.
Washington, okay. And what about it? Okay, so clean sweep for Washington. Tampa Bay at the Oakland Raiders, and let me start with you, Sean.
Which one?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Oakland in the Coliseum at the Oakland Raiders.
Bay.
You're going with Tampa Bay? Okay. What about you, Nick?
Boo!
What about you, Nick?
Raiders. In the Coliseum. Are
This
you
is- this
nuts,
is-
Sean
this-
Raleigh? In the Coliseum. Are you nuts?
All right, but overall, I mean, I really hate
I'm
picking.
giving it to the
Okay,
Raiders,
this
man.
is my
Come on.
this is my problem with picking Raider games. I pick them to win, they lose. I pick against them, they win. I'm staying away from this game. But if I had to
you know
pick,
what? They need to lose because Chargers are better than them. Sorry.
I'm gonna go with Oakland
okay,
at
okay,
home.
Sean,
Oakland at
number
home.
one, you
Oakland
beat
at
the
home.
Chiefs, the weakest team right now in the NFL. You beat the Chiefs. Call me when you beat Call me when you beat a team like the Texans.
Hey, they beat you
or
guys. They
call
beat
me
you guys.
when you beat New England.
They beat the Raiders. But anyways, getting back to
Yeah,
the
barely.
next game, Minnesota at Seattle. So Seattle is 3-0 at
I'm
home.
giving it to Minnesota.
What happened?
You give it to Minnesota, huh? And what about you, Sean?
5-3.
Which one?
They're due.
Minnesota
and 1-2 right now. They're
and
due for
Seattle.
the win.
Minnesota and Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to go with the Vikings.
Really?
Seattle's good, but I'm gonna have to go with Minnesota.
I'm gonna go the other way around. I'm gonna say Seattle takes this at home. I think they keep their home winning streak going. So that's gonna be my pick. How about the game of the week? Well, somewhat the game of the week. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the New York Giants.
Oh.
So Sean, let's start with you.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go
Giants.
with New York Giants. And did you hear the rumor that the Pittsburgh Steelers players have to leave on Sunday morning?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think I remember hearing something about that. But what
Yeah,
about
I've
you,
heard
Nick?
That. That's kind of weird.
What about
I'm going with the Giants, man. The Giants are looking pretty good right now. Texas Giants and Falcons, playoff teams to beat.
And also, I'm probably going to pick the Giants as well at home. But I got Big Ben starting a fantasy team, but I hope the game's like a shootout or something. Sunday night football game. We have the Dallas Cowboys at the 7-0 Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta.
I'm also going
I'm
to
giving
pick.
it to the Atlanta because come on, Romo, he ain't gonna do crap against the Falcons defense.
But I'm also going to pick Atlanta at home as well. And we have your Monday night football game the eve before the election, so don't forget to vote, ladies and gentlemen, on the Tuesday after this game. Not after the game, but the day the day
after.
the day after this game. That's what I meant. The Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints, two teams that have been kind of expected to do well, but they're kind of mediocre right now. So what do you think, Sean?
I'm gonna go with Philadelphia.
Philadelphia on the road against New Orleans. What about you, Nicholas?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go out and go get me a brown paper bag.
A brown paper bag. What do you mean by that? Are you going with the Saints?
I'm gonna go. Who dat?
All right, so we got Philly, and then of course we got the Saints. Now this one's actually kind of tough for me in a way, because you got Vic and also Breeze. Well, Vic's kind of
Yeah, you have Drew Brees.
I mean,
yeah.
Breeze. If you pointed a gun to my head between who is better between Vic and Breeze, obviously I'd pick Drew Brees. There'd be no question. So
Oh yeah, I would.
I'm
going
gonna
to
say that probably the Saints will
I
take
would
this
just tell
one
them to
at
shoot me
home.
either way.
I would say the Saints take this one at home, but I do have LaShawn McCoy on my fantasy football team, so hopefully he can expose the really bad rushing defense that the Saints have. But I think the Saints will get it done at home. I just think they're in their own environment. It's Drew Brees, and you have the most explosive offense in the NFL, or one of them today, if not the best. But I'm going to say the Saints at home. So give us a recap of your picks, Sean.
Okay. My recap.
Your recap for Week 9 on
Week
today's
9.
show.
Okay, Miami,
Okay.
Texans,
Okay.
Baltimore,
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati,
Uh-huh.
Chicago,
Yeah.
Detroit,
Okay, gotcha. Keep going.
Packers,
Yeah.
Washington,
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay,
Yep.
Vikings, Giants, Atlanta, and Philly.
There you go. There you go. There you have it. That has been our Week 9 picks here on the Colorado Sports and Thunder Show. And